it's Miss George, and I sure miss all of you, and I hope that all of you are working super hard at home, and I know that you are, and I just want you to know that all of your teachers are so proud of all the work that you have been doing. And today we're going to learn about commas. Who remembers what a comma is? Who thinks they remember? All right, we can use commas in our writing. And do you think that a comma goes up in the sky or down on the ground? So if we had our writing paper, would the comma go up here in the sky, or would we put it down here on the ground? So if you said that the comma goes, oh, my marker doesn't work. You said that the comma goes down on the ground, then you are correct. So the comma just looks kind of like a backwards C. So that is a comma. And today we're going to learn when we can use commas. So there's many different times when we can use a comma. And one of the times we can use a comma is when we are writing a series of things. And a series of things is just a list. So if we are writing and we are making a list that has 3 or more things, then we have to use a comma to separate them. So when it has 3 or more things, we use commas to separate them. So an example could say, I went to the store and bought apples, bananas, and oranges. So I've made a sentence. It says, I went to the store and bought apples, bananas, and oranges. So what are the 3 things that I listed? So I listed apples, that's 1. Bananas, that's 2. And oranges, that makes 3. So I've listed 3 or more things. So who thinks they know what we need to put with these? If you said a comma, then you are right. So we have to add a comma. So we're going to add a comma after apples, and we're going to add a comma after bananas. So you notice that I only put 2 commas in my sentence, and I only need 2 commas because I listed 3 things. And when you list 3 things, you only need 2 commas. All right, but what happens if I just said, I went to the store and bought apples, bananas, carrots, and peas. Now, how many things have I listed? All right, so we're going to count how many things we listed this time. So we have apples, that's 1. We have bananas, that's 2. We have carrots, that's 3. And we have peas, and that makes 4. So how many commas do you think we need in this sentence? Remember, we listed 1, 2, 3, 4 things. And when we listed 3 things, we only used 2 commas. So if we've listed 4 things, how many commas do you think we will need? If you said that we need 3 commas, then you are correct. Good job, friends. All right, so we said apples, comma, bananas, comma, carrots, comma. So we have 3. Very good, guys. All right, let's try another one. All right, so we're going to review a little bit. So if I have a sentence and I have listed 3 or more things, then I need to add commas to separate my words. So if I have a list of 3 things, how many commas do we need? 2, that's right. What if I have a list of 4 things and we have to add commas? How many commas would we add? 3, that's right. So what about, let's see if I can trick you. What if we had 5 things in a list? If we listed 5 things, how many commas would we need? 4, good job. Y'all are so smart. Sure miss seeing all of your faces so I can give you hugs every day. All right, let's see. I like pizza, cheese, apples, Jell-O, and candy. All right, let's read it again. You ready? I like pizza, cheese, apples, Jell-O, and candy. All right, so let's count how many things we listed. Let's see. Pizza, so that makes 1. Cheese, that makes 2. Apples, that makes 3. Jell-O makes 4. Candy makes 5. So how many commas are we going to use this time, guys? 4. We need 4 commas because we listed 5 things. All right, so I like pizza, comma, cheese, comma, apples, comma, Jell-O, comma, and candy. Where do you notice that the comma goes? Does it go before the thing that we're listing, or does it go after the thing we are listing? It goes after. So we have to make sure that when we are listing something that the comma goes after the word. It does look a little tricky down here because it looks like the comma comes before apples, but really it's going between cheese and apples. All right. So remember, let's review one more time. We can use comma in our writing when we are making a list. It's also called a series. So a series and a list are the same thing. So when you are writing a sentence and it has a series of things or a list of things, we have to use comma to separate our words. Otherwise, our sentences really wouldn't make sense. So if you are listing 3 or more things in a sentence, you have to add your commas. So remember, if you're listing 3 things, you have 2 commas. If you're listing 4 things, you have 3 commas. If you're listing 5 things, then you have 4 commas. What if we were listing 10 things? How many commas do you think we would need? 9, that's right. All right, so I hope that you have enjoyed learning about commas and when we can use commas, and I will see you next time. I love you guys. Bye.